Before we begin, this video is presented with respect for the Catholic faith and its teachings. The purpose of this video is to explain what Catholics believe about purgatory and how it is understood within Catholic tradition. It is intended for educational and informational purposes and is not meant to criticize, debate, or challenge anyone's personal beliefs. What happens to a soul after death if it belongs to God, but still needs healing? For Catholics, the answer is purgatory. Have you ever wondered what Catholics mean when they talk about purgatory? Is it a place? Is it punishment? And why do Catholics pray for their departed loved one? Today, we're taking a closer look at what the Catholic Church teaches about purgatory and why this belief has brought comfort to many grieving families throughout the centuries. Welcome back to the Funeral Channel Network, brought to you by the Funeral Program site. Here we explore funeral traditions, faith, grief, and the beliefs that help families understand death with more peace and clarity. Today, we're looking at one of the most misunderstood Catholic teachings, purgatory, what it means, what it is not, and why Catholics continue to pray for loved ones after death. Purgatory is often misunderstood. Some people think Catholics believe it's a second chance after death, but that's not what the Church teaches. According to Catholic belief, purgatory is a state of purification for souls who die in God's friendship but are not yet perfectly purified. In other words, these are people who are saved and destined for heaven, but who still need to be cleansed of the effects of sin before entering the fullness of God's presence. The idea comes from the belief that nothing imperfect can enter heaven. Catholics believe that while a person may die forgiven and reconciled with God, there can still be spiritual healing and purification needed before entering eternal glory. Think of it this way. Imagine being invited to the most beautiful wedding banquet imaginable. You have been welcomed, your place is reserved, but before entering, you need to wash away the dirt from a long journey. The destination is certain, but preparation is still needed. That's one way Catholics understand purgatory. The Catholic Church teaches that purgatory is not hell. The souls in purgatory are not separated from God forever. In fact, Catholics believe these souls already belong to God and will eventually enter heaven. This is a very important distinction. Hell, according to Catholic teaching, is the permanent rejection of God. Purgatory, on the other hand, is a temporary process for those who are already saved. For many Catholics, purgatory is actually viewed as a sign of God's mercy rather than his punishment. The belief reflects the idea that God lovingly prepares souls for complete union with him. Rather than abandoning someone because they are imperfect, God completes the work of purification begun during earthly life. Catholics often point to passages in Scripture that suggest prayers for the dead and purification after death. One of the passages frequently referenced comes from the book of 2 Maccabees, where prayers are offered for the deceased. While not all Christian denominations accept this book as scripture, it remains part of the Catholic Bible and plays a role in Catholic teaching. This belief is also why Catholics often request mass intentions for deceased loved ones and pray for family members who have passed away. When attending a Catholic funeral, you may hear prayers asking God to grant the deceased eternal rest and to welcome them into heaven. These prayers reflect the belief that the living can intercede for the dead through prayer. For grieving families, this can provide a unique sense of comfort. Rather than feeling completely powerless after a loved one dies, Catholics believe they can continue expressing love through prayer, remembrance, and acts of faith offered on behalf of the deceased. Many Catholic traditions are connected to this belief. All Souls' Day, celebrated each year on November 2nd, is dedicated specifically to praying for the faithful departed. Families may visit cemeteries, light candles, attend Mass, and remember loved ones in prayer. For countless Catholic families throughout history, purgatory has represented hope, mercy, healing, and the promise that God continues his work even beyond this life. If you've attended a Catholic funeral or have questions about Catholic beliefs surrounding death and the afterlife, we'd love to hear from you in the comments below. Appreciate you being here today. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.